Alright, we've got an Ideal Logic Combi split sump. So I'm going to be changing the sump today, as well as stripping it all out, giving it a full service, and then replacing the bits that need to be done. Alright, that's a good start. Just taking the rubber elbow off the sump, and that's not been in properly, so yeah, it's just going to be a fun job. Right, so there's two ways of changing the sump. First one is you can take the main heat exchanger out, but we're going to try and do it without having to take it all out. You're going to remove the flue collector, remove the gas valve, remove the spark generator, fan, get all this out of the way first, so then we've got access to the sump at the bottom, and then I'll show you how I do it without having to take the whole main heat exchanger out. Right, to remove the flue collector, just undo the two screws on there. Move the panel on there, and then that just pops up, forward and out. So that's out. Now, nut on the bottom of the gas valve. There's a retaining nut as well, which holds it on. Nut on the top of the gas valve, that comes out. And then you got an 8mm nut there, that holds the fan in place. Once you remove that, you can then lift the fan out as well. Screws on the ignition generator. That holds that on, so you can remove that. Then yeah, we'll get it all out and then we'll have a look. Right, nuts off, loosen there, loosen at the top, gas valve, slides up, easy as that. Just make sure you've got fibre wash on the bottom and on the top. So keep those together. Taking out the 8mm nut there. Now the fan, up and over. So you got two little grooves at the back there that sit on those two teeth, so make sure you just lift it up and over. Now we just got to unplug this screw, 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 screw. I'm going to take this whole metal plate out. Right, so that's everything stripped out the front of the main heat exchanger. Now you've got two screws on the side there, so we're just going to loosen them a bit so it allows the heat exchanger to swing forward a little bit. And then all we're going to do is from here, these clips, just going to pull this down, get a screwdriver in, jam it, and just break the old sump off the back. Because literally you've got 3 clips on the front here, and you've got the same 3 clips at the back. So easy to get these ones off. The ones at the back, because we're changing it, we're not worried about this breaking, so I'm just going to snap it off and then put the new one on. There we go, the old sump's off. Here it is. So yeah, you got 3 clips at the front, which I snapped off first. Then you got the same 3 clips at the back. See, that one's been snapped off where I pulled it. And then you just want to, don't worry about breaking any of this because we're replacing all of it. Just get yourself a strong long shaft driver or anything that you can shove in the back. You literally just want to lever it down until it comes off. New one is there. Now you want to make sure that you really lube this up nicely. Lots of silicone grease, so that when it slides on, you then want to make sure that the back clips go on first, because if you get the front clips on, it's going to be very difficult to get the back on first. So you want to get it in at the back first and then clipping out the front. Alright, that's all greased up. Don't be shy, use plenty of silicone grease in there. I've also smeared silicone grease all the way around the base of the heat exchanger, also just makes it a little bit easier. And now we're going to put it in, get in position. What I tend to do is ball a fist at the back, and then you want to boom, boom, boom. You want to listen out for those 3 clicks at the back, and then the front will go on a little bit easier. Right, let's see if it goes as easy as I make it sound. It never usually does, but let's find out. Right, so that's lined up, you can see. So those clips at the back should be lined up as well. Ball of fist at the back, and right, I'm struggling a bit, so what I've done is I've just added a bit of silicone grease on each of the clips. I'm going to try that again. Right, finally got the back ones on, and now all on. Just going to get a mirror and just check around the back to make sure that the clips are all on. Right, it's going to be a bit difficult with one hand, but let's see. Right, that clips on at the back. The middle one is the hardest to gauge, but I know it's working. I felt it go on and there's no gap at the back, but where's the middle one? I don't think you're going to be able to see it on here, but believe me, it's on. And then the end one, you should be able to see. It's difficult to see on here, but it's on. Don't know if you can make it out. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Believe me, it's on. So now, sump's done. Need to change the fibre gasket for the burner as well and clean it out at the same time. So I'm just gonna, you've got 1, 2, 8mm nuts at the front. You've got 1, 2 long 8mm nuts at the back. So undo those, then just lift the burner out. Right, now that the burner's out, so the screws are out, to take the burner out is lift it up. You want to sort of tilt it towards you, and then it comes out from the side. Get one of these. Right, this doesn't usually happen, but for some reason this bit of plastic trunking wants to get in the way today, so that's out. That gasket's cracked. Stay the main heat exchanger, give that a clean out and change that gasket over. Also, whenever something lens, whenever you're servicing one of these, you want to check that plate isn't springy. That's solid, so that's good. Some of them you push down, literally it's like a trampoline, it bounces up and down. You're going to get a lot of vibration noises, especially when the boiler's on low fire, and it means that the burner's going to need replacing. This one's fine, so we're okay. Just gonna wash it down and see what we catch in the old plumb tub. Washed through a few times, it's still a bit dirty. I'll give it another little blast, but just a little tip, when doing the electrodes, I tend not to actually take them out, because you find that sometimes if it's not been maintained properly, these will snap, the bolts will snap inside the main heat exchanger, then you're in a lot of trouble. If the electrodes are okay, you can just literally give them a clean in situ, save yourself that ag of trying to drill out the holes or potentially even a new main heat exchanger. So yeah, I'll just clean them whilst they're in situ. Right, that's looking better than it was before. They're not the easiest heat exchangers to clean. All you can really do is flush them through the water. Got a bit of crap out of there, but heat exchanger wasn't too bad. Now we'll just put it all back together in reverse. So strip down the fan, Venturi, injector, give that a clean. Clean this inside as well. It's a bit more clean than what it was before. Now I'll just reassemble this. So this Venturi, you've got a little dimple there that lines up with that hole in, and then just put it one hand, but then quarter turn in the direction of the arrow, and that's locked in. Screw that back in. Right, it's not lined up properly. I'll get that all back together in a minute. And then injector again, just goes straight on. 2 screws there, and we put it all back together. And there we go, all back together. New sump, new flue manifold, new burner gasket, all stripped out, cleaned out, and now we're just going to do my 26.9 checks, make sure everything's good, and we're done.